The golden light of the setting sun spilled across the shore, turning the sand into a canvas of warm amber and soft pink. The air was balmy, carrying the scent of the sea, salty, crisp, and touched with a hint of something sweet, like the faint perfume of wildflowers blooming in the nearby dunes. You strolled along the water's edge, your footsteps sinking gently into the damp sand. The tide ebbed and flowed, reaching towards your feet in lazy waves before retreating with a whisper, as if it were shy. The rhythm was steady, a soft heartbeat of the earth, its sound blending with the occasional distant cry of a seagull. Far out on the horizon, the sea seemed to stretch endlessly, its surface glittering with the light of the sinking sun. The waves were calm, their crests tipped with gold, moving in a way that felt purposeful and soothing, as though they knew exactly where they were headed. As you walked, you spotted a cluster of driftwood logs gathered at the base of the dunes, weathered smooth by years of salt and spray. You made your way to them, sitting down on a long silvery piece that curved slightly, cradling you like a chair. From here you could see the entire beach, stretching out on either side like an infinite ribbon of sand. You closed your eyes and took a deep breath. The salty air filled your lungs, grounding you in the moment. The sound of the waves surrounded you, not just as noise, but as something deeper, something alive. The ocean seemed to be speaking, each wave a word in a language you couldn't quite understand but felt in your bones. It was a voice of comfort, ancient and steady, reminding you that the world was vast, and yet, in this moment, it was all yours. A soft breeze danced across your skin, carrying with it the faint tinkling of wind chimes from somewhere further down the beach. The sound was delicate, like tiny bells, and it wove itself seamlessly into the song of the sea. You imagined the wind chimes had been left there by someone who understood the magic of this place, someone who wanted to leave a gift for the wind to play with. The sky was changing now, the sun dipping lower, painting the horizon in deeper shades of orange and crimson. You watched as it seemed to melt into the water, its reflection rippling across the surface like liquid fire. The beauty of it was almost too much to hold in your chest, and you let out a soft sigh, feeling your shoulders relax as though the tide had washed away some unseen weight. Your toes curled into the cool, damp sand, grounding you further. The grains were soft and fine, clinging to your skin as the tide crept closer, its frothy edges licking at your feet. You leaned back against the driftwood, letting your gaze wander to the sky. The first stars had begun to appear, faint and flickering, like shy dancers stepping onto a darkened stage. The air grew cooler as twilight deepened, but it wasn't an unpleasant chill. It wrapped around you like a soft blanket, a reminder that night was here to tuck the world in. Behind you the dunes stood tall and silent, crowned with swaying grasses that rustled softly in the breeze. Somewhere within them, a hidden world stirred, small crabs scuttling, birds nesting, the quiet hum of a life settling in for the night. Yet all of it felt distant, the beach itself cradling you in its stillness. You tilted your head back, your eyes fixed on the stars as they grew brighter and more numerous, spilling across the sky in silvery trails. Each one seemed to pulse gently, their light a quiet reassurance that the universe was vast, yet full of wonder. The waves continued their ceaseless dance, moving closer, their rhythm steady and unhurried. It was as if the ocean itself was breathing, its exhale reaching out to the shore, then drawing back in a soft sigh. You found your own breath aligning with it, slow and deep, your body relaxing further with each cycle. Time seemed to dissolve. The beach, the waves, the stars, all of it felt eternal, a place that had always been and always would be. You imagined staying here forever, the worries of the world carried away on the tide, leaving you with nothing but peace. And as the night deepened, the moon began to rise, its soft silver light casting a gentle glow across the sand and water. The world seemed to grow even quieter, as though the sea had decided to lower its voice to a whisper. You closed your eyes, letting the sound of the waves fill the space around you, their lullaby carrying you towards sleep. With a deep, peaceful sigh, you let go of the day. The ocean cradled you in its song, the stars watched over you, and the tide whispered its secrets as you drifted into a serene and dreamless slumber.